Alright guys, we back. We is back. Oh, excuse me. I had to prep because I ain't feel like making a long video. And yeah, because what I'm getting ready to do is a 50-50 chance that this won't work. If it does, it does. If it doesn't, it doesn't. I mean, I can clearly see that it got the time. So, but the reason why I'm saying it, and I just said it too, but it got Katam. If you can notice, like these grains right here where my finger is at, right above it, like these, even the bottom. So the wet spots like that, now you have condensation in the bag, but the wet spots in the bag like that, like the grain is actually like look like it's saturated, then you got some discoloration at the bottom, that's signs of contamination. And 9 times out of 10, you probably just want to throw the whole thing away. But like I said, y'all know my channel, we working with what we got. So we ain't sitting here ready to throw anything away. If anything, I'm gonna throw this in my garden if it don't work. And then I ain't using all of it, so it's gonna go through in my garden. And I know damn sure it's gonna work then, so hey, I ain't tripping about shit. But let's get to it. How I was ready to do this. So what my plans was to take the two like the two pollinated ones that had less Katam on the fully pollinated sides. So like these two. Yeah, so like these two. It's probably gonna just go from the sides, take these out and put it in a 32 gallon. But for this one, I think it was this one. I think I should take this one. Wait a minute, let me see. See, it was this one that I was gonna put. So this one is small bin. And it had pretty much all I'm ready to do is, since here back seemed like it's Katamed, and then this bottom I'm not really trusting, so I'm more than likely probably just gonna go from up here. Oh shit. This whole bottom part Katam, so I either probably come from halfway point. So halfway point or above the ejection port, and just take all of that. And then just so I don't have have to work with hella loose grain, I'm gonna probably just take that, leave that, and then just let that colonize, see how well that goes. Now this isn't nothing to deal with the liquor culture. This has to deal with sterilization. So this could be a few things. This could be me not actually drying the grain properly, meaning it's leaving too much condensation on the grain. So when I pressurize it, it's the grain is just too saturated, whereas though it's not able to, how do I want to say it? The mycelium is not able to really fully colonize it. One, because it's too wet, but two, because now something else entered into it, and now we fighting against other contaminants and so forth. Now I'm glad it's not trite, because if I was going to go do this, then this would have been some pain in the ass. But we're ready to get this done. I actually do have one more. Well, these the penis zombies, just to let you know. But I have one more of these that actually is doing perfectly fine. I'm just trying to make sure I do everything right. And where's my damn? Yeah, just trying to make sure I do everything right, and then even like I said, even if this doesn't fully work, I still have grain that I can throw outside. And I was just going over this with my friend. It's harder for your mycelium to die off in the wild than it is to die off in indoor. And the reason is because you have different insects and anaerobic bacteria and stuff like that that actually helps out with killing off the Katam on the mycelium and helps boost and spread growth. I feel like this one because this one looked like it probably dealt with a little bit more than what I'm actually looking at. So, and yes, this is done on 620. And so was that Jedi, but that Jedi wound up contaminating out. And the reason why I'm even showing y'all like my mess ups and my successes and stuff like that, mainly because I want y'all to understand that yes, even for I've been doing this probably for like almost a year now, maybe a little longer. I can't really, I can't remember all of that, but yeah, probably like a year. I'll say a year. But within all of that, especially from starting the way I'm starting, you're gonna go through a lot of mess ups, hiccups, and stuff like that. And then, especially if you're in my case, like how I am, you gotta make money. Oh yeah, that's good. I'm trying to get what I can out here, but you gotta make money, and in my case, I got trades, so if they not paying me what I want, I'm not ready to work for you. I don't give a fuck what you think this shit is. If you ain't paying me, what really is 22 an hour now, but if I put all the trades, everything I know, I could really charge like 25 to 30 an hour just because I know too much and people don't want to pay nobody, especially nowadays, because how hard it is to make money. So if you ain't got private contracts or you don't know how to put your skills to use for yourself other than having a job trying to play with you, then things get kind of rough. But I'm kind of glad and I'm blessed that God did give me all these skills so I can be able to put myself in a position where as though even if it's slowly, I can still gain up the funds that I need. I can fund my businesses the way I needed to, and I won't have to, I won't say stress, because I do stress, but I'm not tripping as bad. Like, yeah, I may need help here and there, or I may need help in general. I'm going to say here and there because it should be hard. But I'm going to slowly and for surely get there. And I believe if y'all watch my videos again, if you know when I get focused, I get kind of quiet. I be having to because I don't be wanting to mess up nothing. Since we're taking as much grain out as we possibly can. And yes, I did. I have a glove over there and I have some alcohol that I should have sprayed my hand down with, but I was actually just cleaning, so I wasn't really worried about that too much. I'm spraying everything down, including my hands. I'm gonna try to take out as much as I possibly can. See how this goes, because this is one of the strands that you really have to take in consideration. Like if this got contaminated, it's 9 times out of 10 it's done. But with saying that too, you don't really know, because like I said, anything can happen with these myceliums and how strong they could possibly be, because 9 times out of 10, depending on the people that you actually getting the spores from and everything, depending on how they're breeding their mushrooms and stuff like that, is depending on how strong your mushroom's going to be once you get them. So if they already going through contam at the other spot, and you getting what they going through, then you're gonna go through the same process of what they going through. So hella contam and stuff like that. It's unnecessary shit. And that's what I gotta do, is find a better a spore supply. I'm gonna use the rest of this file. So let's find a better spore supply so I can be able to get the results that I want. Cause it's another one of my biggest problems that I was dealing with was getting either the mushrooms to produce the way I wanted to and so forth on like that. I mean, fuck is that shit called? Quality spores, they cool. But I definitely had got a good couple of missing hits with those, with messing with them. Like a definitely good couple of hits. And they have sales and all that other stuff, but I realized with them having sales, 9 times out of 10, they trying to get rid of some shit so they can actually supply more, or what I ain't even gonna say supply more, but get rid of the shit that they either know that they've been using and they know that may or may not have contaminant in that shit. They talk a big game about they be fucking they got good spores, and I ain't gonna lie to you, they do have some good spores. It's not all the time. Like, I do want to find a Reliance spore seller. So that'd be definitely nice. But I'm not mad at me knowing how to make it too. That's the other reason why I'm not in a rush for a lot of things. Have what I need, I can use that, and once I'm actually fully ready to move on and actually can put more time into this. But no, yeah. Regardless of that, I ain't gonna keep going back to that subject, but well, no, we all gonna go back onto it when I find a better supply. But yeah, let's move on to this next bit. I am gonna put a little pseudo case in there. I really don't want to put it on there now, mainly because I cut this little liner too thin. Too short. And if I put a pseudo casing on there now, and then have to put an actual casing layer on top of it, it's gonna be a pain in the fucking ass. I mean, I could probably do a small one. Just that much. I'm trying to do that much. And like I said, well, shit, I didn't actually post that video when I was actually doing this. I had to delete a lot of stuff. My phone storage wouldn't allow me to edit and actually post certain things. So I was doing my soil, and I was saying I did actually just a tad bit, not too much. I did oversaturate the soil. Well, not oversaturated. I got it. I past its water capacity basically, and I only did it by just a tad bit. Like, you know, when you squeeze your soil, you're supposed to just see like little droplets coming out. I let it actually, I wouldn't say run out of my hand, but kind of sort of. And the reason for that is because since I did it in the pressure cooker, I knew it was going to cook, like basically really cook the soil, and a lot of that moisture that it did have, it was going to leave out of that jar. Don't tell me this is the wrong lid. That's okay. Looks like we got the wrong lid. Alright, we'll be fine for right now. Have to run outside, then clean the lid, and then get that. But I'm gonna end it so I ain't gotta see all that. This is literally just me cleaning it. But nah, yeah. Let's move on to this one. Alright. Please, people, take your time doing this. Well, move fast, but take your time, is what I want to say. Like, know that the more and more you slow down your movements, the more and more katam is coming to your substrate and your mycelium. But also take your time, where as though you're not making a mess. You're not creating more room for katam and so forth on like that. And if y'all wanted to know the reason why I really won't let these fully colonize, 9 times out of 10 it either won't, but the reason for it is because since we already know it has katam in it, and these not a species. Now you can do it with species that actually can fight against katam, but you're gonna want to wait like a few weeks or a month after you see all the katam, like all the mycelium, and damn near the mycelium ate the katam. Is basically how I want to say it. And the reason being is because if you put it to straight sub, like the whole entire bag, without really thinking like, yeah, this shit is katam, but then I know the species is good, but if I don't add, or not really add, but if I don't take a precaution, basically, in me saying, if I use this whole bag and I don't take in that I did just see katam, like how at the beginning I was just talking about. It's going to katam out. No ifs, buts about it. There's no 50%. There's no 70. No 90. It's 100%. This shit is going to katam out. But you give it some time. Or in this case, you just take off the katam. This has a 50% chance of working, so it's not 100%. Shit, probably really close to 40 to 50. Not bad, zoned out there. Yeah, man, long story short, if you're gonna work with the katam, do it smart, because you can get yields out of it. You just may have to do certain things. It's gonna require a little bit more work. And you seen before, like if it does katam, catch, strike, anything, and you already in the process of damn near having it fully colonized and shit like that, just go ahead and put it to fruit. If you got a space that you can easily if you got a space that you can easily have this separated from the rest of your grow, that'd be perfect. Because katam is easily to spread, and that's why I said this has a 50% chance. Because even with me only just taking off the shit that I deemed worthy, that shit can be deemed unworthy from the mycelium's perspective. try to make this not a 30-minute video. I'm gonna try to move a little bit faster. And what I'm doing right here is just taking off all the loose grain that didn't really colonize to anything, only like one side of it. I don't really, ain't gonna say I'm taking off all of it, but I'm trying to take off the majority of it. Alright guys, we ready to end this. Somebody calling me and I gotta answer this, but I'm gonna post this. I am done, so I'll let y'all go. And I am gonna do an update, so peace out. Oh, never mind, they hung up. Even better. Even better. Alright, but yeah. Let's get this done. And coming on this journey with me, they said, nah. God said, nah, you finished what you doing. Nigga, you got shit to handle. But now here, let's get this done. Crush up these grains. And you do want to try to crush up your grains until they individuals, because when they're clumped up, it's basically not giving enough surface area to spread out the mycelium properly so it can colonize the sub. And you want it to be broken up, because remember, your surface area is basically how fast it's going to spread its mycelium, and how easily it's going to be to connect with each other once it's ready to actually spread out its networks again to reconnect. And since we're using enough grain for the amount of, or for the size of the bin that we're doing, and we're using enough sub too, then we just gotta really, I forget that I still gotta do a pseudo casing, but now we just gotta make sure everything is mixed in properly. And like what I mean, break up properly, like this little nug, break it up, all that. The amount that you can spread will get, the more that you can break these grains up, the better, is basically what I'm trying to say. Damn sure not enough sub, but like I said before, we're doing this will be a pseudo casing, and then we actually doing a real pseudo casing, a real casing layer, and a pseudo casing. And like I said, because it's the strain that does need that pseudo casing, I'm at the actual casing. More likely gonna change up. I believe I have to do like a peat moss or some shit like that. But yeah, I know before that if this ain't enough. Once this colonized, I ain't gonna hold you. I'm putting more on there, so that'll be fine. But I wasn't expecting me using how much grain I used too. On. I'm ready to take y'all through that long process and me actually putting this tape on there. So this is official vlogging off. I will see y'all later.